Okay, who's ready for a quick cloudy August day, mid-August, fast condensed garden tour? Pears are probably over half done, I think, probably more like 80% done. Picked a bunch on the ground. Rhubarb's coming in nicely. It's cool weather. It loves the cooler weather. The borage has about had it. Still attracting the bees though. Got a little bit of something going on there. All right. Got the volunteer tomato patch is looking good. Got our fall. Got the cages protecting our fall. What was that? Fall cabbage and kale and stuff. My mini bush butternut squash bush. Strawberry patch. All the runners filling in nicely. Alright, we'll just go down here, I guess. The Chinese chestnut tree put on, I don't know, a couple, 2-3 feet. A couple of the smaller sunflowers. Some ground cherries. My second gen ground cherries. Also the tomatillo coming in. Got some bok choy. Oh, what happened to you, guy? Oh, that responded to that rain nicely. Some cabbage here. There's some more fall greenery. I don't know what happened to that zucchini, but I do see a fruit forming. Some golden zucchini, chard. Hey, what happened to you, guy? Oh, where'd you go? Okay. Let's see. Oof. Yeah, well, update on the trellis. Filling in nicely. We've got the morning glories. We've got some, I don't know if that's zucchini. Maybe. Well, I know what that is. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the size of that. I had to put, the cage was cutting into it. I had to use that rag. The old green cushion. Got a couple coming. I'm going to have to do something there too. Beans still coming in. The long beans, and I do mean long bean. That we're letting some of these dry out, save them for seed. Yeah. Okra look at the okra. It's a shame. The summer goes on, it gets tall. Those are about 5 feet tall now, and they pump out lots of fruit this time of year. Same thing, just like peppers, they take a long time to come in. There's one of my heart-shaped Ukrainian pepper. From Ukraine, I should say. My ground cherry, looks like that thing's kind of worn out. That was a nice surprise this year. But the okra, I mean the tomatoes, yeah, the same thing. The later it gets in the year, they're pumping out lots of fruit, but the plants themselves start to get pretty, like they've had it. They're worn out, they've been attacked by bugs and disease. But the peppers, and the okra, among some others, as the summer goes on, they seem to just get stronger. It's always a shame to know they're almost done. Apple trees, got some apples. I cleared the blackberry lanes yesterday so we can get in there and do some picking. Before they were so overgrown and couldn't do anything. Well, you'll see that. Some nice tomatoes. I love that basil. Great plant, great plant. Now this, it's not my tallest sunflower, but look at the heads. That's got lots, I don't know, 15 heads on it. Maybe 20 by the time we're said and done. Some eggplant, we've been eating some of those. And my purple jalapeno, no, not jalapenos. That's a purple tomatillo. Purple cayenne, that's what I'm thinking of. Some more volunteers, see what those are. 2 different kinds of okra. They're both red, but they're different kinds. Okay, now let's just go over here. More volunteer tomatoes. I don't know if that eggplant will have time, but we'll see. Ooh, I'm gonna have one of these right now. I love these, my favorite cherry tomatoes. That trellis coming in nicely. Fruit laying by that one. Laying on top nicely. Let's see. A cheese pumpkin plant, man. Thing was productive. I don't know how many fruits it produced right here, just like 5 or 6. I don't know if there's any there. Another one. So that plant, you can rest easy, man. You did good. You did well. My first generation squash patch. The plants themselves are quite old. Been a long summer. Disease. I finally started to get a little powdery mildew, but the squash bugs, I've been fighting them. They came in. So my first generation squash patch is pretty much wiped out, but you can see got some huge green cushaws in there, some pumpkins, cheese pumpkins, pie pumpkins, lots of butternut squash. There's a little buddy. This was a volunteer from the compost. I think it's a watermelon. I don't know. I don't know what some of this stuff is. It's from Jolly's friend. Nice, another nice sunflower. More butternut squash. Can't remember what that is. Bush butternut, I think. Nice. That's a young borage when they still stand up before they get too big. Nice, some nice vertical climbing there. We'll see what this is. Is that another watermelon? I had a couple volunteers I pulled out of my compost bucket, and I think they're watermelon. Volunteer tomatoes. We are going to get at least some harvest because I can already see some coming in, so didn't cost me anything to plant. I did catch some squash bugs there, so I don't know what's going on, but this is one of my second generation squash patches. Very productive so far. Let's hope that continues. Again, one thing I found out about trellising is that you have to, when the fruits get big enough, you have to put something in between them and the cages, or they'll grow themselves. Oh, there's a squash bug right on top of that pumpkin. I gotta get rid of him. But those fruits will get so big and heavy, they'll cut right in to the trellising. That's a nice little cluster of butternut. There we go. Now you can see. Oh, don't leave out Mr. 14-foot sunflower. 13 maybe. For sure 13. Athena helped me. We mulched the grapevines and my kiwi. But look at this. Gotta step carefully. Fine, you didn't have a hope of getting through there before. Man, I cleared some out. But now we can get to all these berries in all the rows, so that's good. So, I think that's about it. Second gen squash patch here and there, still got a lot to do. Sunflowers looking nice. We're gonna have some berries to harvest, all the squash to harvest. We still have squash growing. There's another pumpkin. There's some more okra. See what I mean? This time of year, man, there's just every day it seems like there's more and more okra. Looking good. Looking good. Let's grab one more of these. Alright. And that's it, I think. We'll do a quick 360 starting at the apple trees. Got about a couple things. And that's it. Not a whole lot left to do now except ride out the last month and do some harvesting as we get into fall.